As the president said last night, the theft, mass destruction and unyielding violence witnessed in at least two provinces has had a direct impact on the country's vaccination drive. Dis-Chem and Discovery have been at the forefront of the pandemic, helping alleviate the pressure on the healthcare system. They've now temporarily closed some of their vaccination sites as a result of the unrest. For more of this, we're joined by the head of Discovery's COVID-19 task team, Ron Whelan. Ron, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. Now, yesterday afternoon's bookings, all of them made on the Discovery Vaccine Navigator platform, have been cancelled. What's the status of things today?
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had to cancel the vaccinations across our vaccination sites in Gauteng and then the two Virgin Active sites in Cape Town as of today as a result of the protests. We're taking guidance from the National Department of Health together with our colleagues at B4SA. We had an urgent meeting this morning to discuss the situation and have prepared a coordinated response. I think the clear guidance from the National Department of Health is to make sure we're doing everything to protect lives here. Both the lives and safety of our staff and our employees, as well as any vaccinees attending the site. So as of today, Gauteng sites for Discovery are closed, and then the two sites two Virgin Active sites in Cape Town. Cape Town Convention Centre will remain open, so the situation in Cape Town City Bowl is stable and we'll continue to operate that site, and then we'll watch that very closely during the course of the day.
Ron, was there a direct threat of violence to your staff or at your site, or was this a purely preemptive response?
This is very much a precautionary response here. We always act very cautiously in these situations. We have full contingency measures in place. We have a risk team analysing the situation on an hour-to-hour basis. The main issue we're facing at the moment is that it's traveling from home to these sites is becoming a challenge for many of our staff, and we want to make sure that they're entirely safe in their travel to and from work. The sites themselves are very secure, very safe, and we're making sure that the appropriate security protocols in place. So it's more of a travel issue than anything else.
Ron, you spelt out the sites that have been taken offline as a precaution. How many sites does that represent, and what kind of numbers are we talking about in terms of the vaccines that you won't be able to give in proportion to the numbers you had been administering daily?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is an unfortunate situation countrywide. So countrywide, yesterday we did 50,000 less vaccinations as a country than we'd been able to get up to last week. Last week we were getting up to 200,000 vaccinations a day. Yesterday we did about 146,000 vaccinations a day. So this is not isolated to Discovery. From a Discovery perspective, it'll obviously be the four main sites across Gauteng. So one Discovery Place, Gallagher Convention Centre, Centurion Virgin Active and Broadacres Virgin Active, and then the two Virgin Active sites in Cape Town. Right now, Discovery is vaccinating at around about 8,000 people a day across our sites, and bringing this capacity offline is obviously very disappointing, just as we're starting to gain momentum. But I think the safety of our clients as well as the safety of our staff is paramount here, and we need to make sure we're doing everything to protect them. We do plan to be back online tomorrow, and we will reach out to all members who unfortunately weren't able to vaccinate today to reschedule them for vaccinations over the coming days. And if we need to, we'll run extended hours over the weekends and during the course of the week to make sure that we catch up on today's backlog.
Ron, we're running out of time, but very quickly, I need to ask you, one of the things that the Army would be able to do is protect vaccination sites and help to transport essential workers. Has there been any talk of the Army being put in place to guard the vaccination sites or your team members?
Well, there's a coordinated response led by the National Department of Health together with our colleagues at B4SA. It's not only vaccination sites here we need to be cognizant of. There's obviously many health facilities, hospitals, primary care clinics, GP practices, independent pharmacies. So we need to think about the entire healthcare sector. It's a critical sector, particularly given the third wave South Africa is facing at the moment. So it'll be a collective response across all of these healthcare establishments to make sure that people are able to access the appropriate care and indeed vaccinations.
All right. Ron Whelan, he's the head of Discovery's COVID-19 task team. Thank you so much for joining us, saying that across the country, about 50,000 less vaccine jabs given due to the ongoing protests and violence.